What's up, everybody? Okay. I got a couple announcements. I got a couple things to say before I go into this episode of General Hospital. First of all my children and One Life to Live will start production next month. They're going to start production in February. So that's good news. That's wonderful news. I'm excited about it because now it looks like it's happening more and more. So I'm definitely excited. And I must warn you, I'm probably going to take like a couple minutes on this video. Well, off the video. Because I will be talking about Steve Burton and what some jackass has been saying. But anyway, let me get on to that. I was going to make a separate video, but I was like, nah, I'm not going to do that. I am so sick and tired of people saying Steve Burton sold out. He did not sell out. In my opinion, Steve Burton did not sell out. He did what the fuck he had to do for his family. At the end of the day, family come first. Everybody knew for years he's been saying he wanted to move his family to Nashville. He has small children. Like, he doesn't have teenage kids. He has small kids. So he needs to be there for them full time. You know? And he made the decision to leave General Hospital because apparently we don't know the reasons, but the number one reason was because of his family, like he said. He had to do what was best for his family. I am so sick of people saying he sold out. This is the business that he's in. Everybody on a soap don't remain on a soap opera forever. They go to different soaps. That's just what they do. So for people to sit there and say he sold out, like, seriously, I am a big fan of Steve Burton. I'm going to support Steve Burton. Him going to the Young and the Restless. Like he said, he made a deal with them to where he can, you know, be with his family full time and go back and forth from the Young and the Restless to Nashville. Maybe that's something that GH just couldn't, you know, have for him. And people saying that he left the show because he wanted the spotlight, you know, and the spotlight wasn't on him. That's not true. Nobody has control over scripts. No cast member has the control over scripts or their character. They have no say. So for him, if Maurice Bernard and Laura Wright have been in the spotlight all these years, blame the writers, not them. They're not the ones demanding it. It's the writers doing it. The powers that be are the ones that make the decisions, not the characters or the cast members. Now, let me get on to this episode. Okay, who the fuck do I talk shit about first? Might as well start with Spinelli and Maxie. Because they really pissed me off in this episode to the point of no return. They honestly think Ellie would sleep with somebody that she don't know so randomly. I'm like, they think that little of that girl? First of all, Ellie never struck me as the type to go around sleeping with anybody randomly. Maxie, she's not a hoe like you. I like Maxie and all that, but Maxie's starting to get on my nerves. I'm just saying. She's starting to really, really irritate me. Spinelli, seriously, he really, really thought Ellie would sleep with somebody that fast. I mean, come on. You're a private detective. You're a PI, a private investigator, for crying out loud. And that's the best excuse you could come up with as to why she didn't go to the rooftop. That was just borderline dumb on his part for someone so smart. Second of all, Maxie is so rude and so bitchy to sit there and call Ellie a geek. I'm like, just because she's not all prissy and narcissistic and shallow and all they think about is herself, just because she's not like you don't mean she's a geek. I actually like Ellie. I think Ellie's a good woman, and I think that she treats men and people with respect. At least she's treated Spinelli like he was a real man. She didn't belittle him. She didn't, you know, treat him like her lapdog, Maxie. And furthermore, I meant to mention this before. How the hell did Spinelli and Maxie have sex directly after she supposedly had a miscarriage. Ain't that nasty? I don't really think she had a miscarriage. I don't think she did. I really just honestly don't. I'll believe that when the test results come back, because I don't trust Dr. Britt as far as I can throw the bitch. So I don't really believe she had a miscarriage. Anyway, so I'm very disappointed in Spinelli and Maxie. That girl is laid up in a hospital, and all they could think about is themselves. And then Maxie sitting there all upset when Spinelli got the phone, when he got the message that Ellie was in the hospital and he left Maxie. I'm like, Maxie, you are so ilk right about now. Like, you just, seriously. Anyway, I felt real bad for Connie. Like, because Connie, people think of Connie as just an alter, a person who don't have no feeling, who don't care. But she showed true emotion about Trey. And I could feel that pain in her. Like, she was really regretting what she did all those years ago. You know, leaving Trey for dead, and when he was a baby, you know, she felt bad, real bad about that. And she was not going to do that again. You know, that's why I'm happy that she was pushing for Trey to survive, pushing the doctors to do everything that they can do. And when Patrick said that he's brain dead, and he said that it's irreversible, I'm like, that's BS. Michael was brain dead, and Michael was in a coma. Patrick said the same thing about Michael. It was irreversible. It was irreversible. They said the same thing about Jason all those years ago too, when he was brain dead and in a coma. Look what happened to them two. They came back, so why they can't do the same thing for Trey? That don't make no sense. If you can bring Michael and Jason back from being a damn vegetable, then you can bring Trey back. And Christina talking about some, oh, Connie, she's at fault for the crash. And first of all, Christina, dumb Stina, that's what I'm gonna call that bitch, dumb Stina, because that's what she is. Nobody told Trey and Christina to jump in the back seat of Michael and Starr's car to chase after Connie. They could have stayed in a parking garage and called 911 like smart people. Nobody told y'all to jump y'all ass in the back seat and go on a high-speed chase with Connie like y'all Starsky and Hutch. Nobody told y'all to do that. It was your decision to get in the back seat of that car and chase after her when y'all should have stayed behind. So don't even try to put all the blame on Connie. It was a foggy night. Why not just get on the phone and call 911? Todd and Carly told Michael not to go after Connie, and you did it anyway. So that's y'all fault. Don't blame that crash on her. Y'all should have let her be. Y'all knew she was unstable, and y'all chose to go after her like y'all pet detectives or something. What the hell is wrong with y'all? And y'all want to blame her when shit go down. It's not all on Connie, it's on y'all too. Y'all grown. Y'all made a decision, a choice. That was a deadly choice. And anyway, I just can't stand her because Christina talking about, oh, Connie not gonna be making no medical decisions for Trey. Bitch, she is his mother. You're not his wife anymore, so therefore Christina don't have a legal leg to stand on. You're not his wife anymore. Technically, you were never married to him because, like I said yesterday, when people get an annulment, that means the marriage never happened. Y'all didn't get a divorce, y'all got annulled, so therefore your marriage to Trey never happened. In the eyes of the law, it never really happened because you got annulled. So shut it down. Have a seat. Dumb Stina. I felt bad for Starr though when she was in the room talking to Trey and stuff like that. I really did feel bad for Starr. Oh, let me say this real quick about Maxie. At first, in the beginning of the episode, I thought that bitch was talking to herself, and then she turned out to be talking to a delivery boy. I was like, Maxie, get your life. Fast forward. Now, anyway, Starr, I felt bad for her because, you know, her and Trey did get close in the past couple of months. You know, she couldn't stand him at first, but they bonded. You know what I'm saying? He was like a real friend to her. So I felt bad. You know, now he's a fucking vegetable. I feel like they shouldn't have killed Trey off. Well, they didn't kind of kill him off. I mean, he's still alive. There's a chance he can wake up, but still, they should have just let him leave town you know, and take that dumb Stina with him. But, you know, I think that's jacked up that they killed him off. I mean, you know, attempted murder or whatever, because he ain't dead. Sonny, of course, instead of being there for his kids, he's running after Connie. Like, seriously, Sonny, whatever, but I understand, you know, that's your love or whatever for the month. He always say he love a woman until another chick come along. I mean, come on now. You were with Claire Walsh and then Brenda came back to town. You dropped that bitch like it was a bad habit. So trust me, if Brenda ever came her ass back to town, you would drop Kate. You would forget all about Kate Connie. Trust me, I know Sonny like a book. Trust me. Anyway, and then Dante, being such a noble cock, now he's gonna wait to arrest Connie, you know what I'm saying, to let her heal over Trey, which was a nice thing, but of course that's you bending the law again. Todd and Johnny in the jail cell was funny as fuck. Of course, for the third time, Todd tried to smother Johnny for the third consecutive time. I'm like, Todd is fucking nuts. And him and Johnny sitting in a jail cell trying to make a deal with each other. I'm like, y'all is crazy as fuck. The way I see it, Johnny is going to get way more years than Todd ever would. Todd has a way to escape these charges. Johnny, you don't. You practically made a full confession to Dante about Anthony's murder. You made a full confession to him about that, and you confessed to shooting out the tires. So there's no way in the world you're going to get off from this. You're going to get jail time. Diane knows he's going to get jail time. He already made a confession, not only to Starr, but to the detective. So you're going to prison, my dude. Todd's going to get off on this. There's no way in the world. There's not enough evidence to convict him on baby switching. So he's going to get off on this. There's not enough evidence. I love seeing Diane again today. When Diane walked up in that jail cell and she was like, looks like mama's going shopping. I was like, you better say that shit, Diane. You better get your money, bitch. She looked like a kid in a candy store when she saw two of her biggest clients who got money, and she's about to represent them, and she's on retainer. Oh, Diane about to get paid. Bling, bling. Anyway, Diane, you a hustler, get your money. That's all I'm going to say, because you my red-headed bitch. I love Diane, trust it. Anyway, Sam and Carly. I wish she would stop saying Jason is dead. Jason is not dead. I don't believe that for 2.2 seconds. I think what they need to do, they need to recast Jason effective immediately. I know everybody don't agree with that, but I'm going to remind you for the upteenth time, this is soap operas. People get recasted. Look at Carly. Look at Laura Wright. She's not the original Carly. Sarah Brown was. I love Sarah Brown as Carly. I never wanted her to be recasted, but they did. And I love Tamara Braun as Carly, but they recasted her. They brought in Laura Wright. I've grown to like Laura Wright. I love Laura Wright, the actress. I love her as Carly sometimes when she's not acting like a bitch. But, I mean, that's soaps. They recast people. What are you going to do? You can't get upset by that. I know Jason, you know, Steve Burton is irreplaceable, but still, we need Jason on this show. More now than anything. I think what they're doing is they're trying to find the right Jason. I think if Sean Keenan didn't come back as AJ, I think he would have made a perfect Jason. My opinion. But anyway, they might have had to give him some blue contact lenses or something. But anyway, Carly, how you gonna sit there and call Sam a bitch when you're the biggest bitch walking Port Charles, and you're gonna call Sam a bitch? I'm like, seriously, come on now. And then you're gonna sit right in her face and keep saying that her husband is dead. I'm like, she talking about he could have drowned. I'm like, Jason, I doubt that he's that helpless. Jason's a big, strong dude. I understand he was shot and stuff like that, but still, Jason's been shot before, and he's beaten the odds. So what's the chance that he hasn't beaten the odds again? Because I'm pretty sure he's probably washed up on shore somewhere. Somebody found him, and they're probably nursing him to health. That's my prediction. I don't think he's dead. Carly has, like, no faith in Jason. I'm like, you shed a tear for Jason one time, and went about your business. Fucking Johnny, fucking Todd, went about your business, didn't care about Jason. Now you want to come on his doorstep boo-hooing and crying, talking about Jason's apartment is the first place that you go when your life is falling apart. I'm like, bitch, your life is always falling apart. And you always look to Jason to clean up your mess. Well, guess what? Jason's not here, so now it's time for you to put on your big girl panties and dig yourself out of your own ditch. I do not feel no sympathy for Carly when it come down to what Todd and Johnny did to her. I feel no sympathy. You humiliated yourself. Everybody, including Jason, when he was around, they all warned you. Johnny was no good. They all warned you Todd was no good. You ignored every warning. And me personally, I would only warn a person one time. If you don't listen to the first warning, suit yourself. You're setting yourself up for a fall. And that's what she did. You set your own ass up. So it is what it is at the end of the day. I could bet you I know who knocked on Sam's door after Carly left. I could tell you right off the bat who knocked on the door. John McBain, of course. Like, I want to see that walking zombie. He has no personality whatsoever. I just can't stand McBain. He irritates me on the show. Please bring One Life to Live back so he can march his ass back to Landview and be with redhead Natalie. And whoever said Natalie need to come on the show, shoot yourself. I hate that bitch worse than I hate an ear infection. Like, seriously. Natalie is so self-righteous. It don't make no sense. Anyway. Overall, I kind of like this episode. Maxie, girl, just call Dante. Tell Dante and Lulu the truth, please. But I mean, I would get a second opinion on that miscarriage if I was her. I'm just saying, like, you might want to get a second opinion. Because I don't think she had a miscarriage. I'm just saying, I mean, who has sex directly after a miscarriage? Directly after? And I doubt they probably used a condom. Because he was drunk. And I doubt she even had a condom on deck. So, anyway, Christina, get off the show, please. And I can't wait for tomorrow's episode. Hopefully something better happens. Sabrina, Patrick, y'all finally talking about what y'all going through or whatever. Where the fuck is Felix? Tomorrow's episode, we finally get to see the return of Luke Spencer and Anna Devane. Finally, we can get this storyline with Robin on and popping. Hopefully we see what's going to happen with this nurse's ball. So, I'll see everybody tomorrow. And please support Steve Burton on The Young and the Restless. If you're a true fan of Steve Burton, you would really support that man. Because you know what? He's been on the soap for 21 years. He deserves to be on the new soap. Seriously. His first air date is January 28th, 29th. So, you know, be on the lookout for Dylan McAvoy. I can't wait to see him in a new role, mixing it up with people like Sharon and Victor. I can't wait. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a great day.